Hello, my name is Carrie, and I'm just starting a YouTube channel. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I'm sort of a procrastinator when it comes to things that I want to do for myself. So, I'm finally doing that, and pushing past a little bit of a barrier for me because it's somewhat uncomfortable for me to be on camera. But I do feel like I have a lot to share that's important. So, I'm just going to deal with my anxiety about being on camera. And hopefully, everybody will be well receiving on what it is that I'm discussing and talking about. Because I'm sharing my own personal life experiences. And a lot of it has been very difficult for me to go through. But I'm also the type of person that feels like anything that is a struggle for me, a challenge is not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it offers me the chance to grow from every experience. So, and I take something positive out of everything that I go through, no matter whether it seems like it's a negative experience or a positive experience. I always gain something from everything that I go through. So, what I'm basically going to be doing is sharing a lot of my own personal artwork, discussing different stories. I'm going to see if people have specific questions. But I'm going to share some of my artwork is one of the first things that I'm going to do. So some of my writing from today actually has to do with Jesus. And I'm just going to be basically reciting some of the things that were his words. So these are also, to me, these are somewhat of an affirmation personally for me. Number 1 is, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst. John 6:35. 2. I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. John 8:12. 3. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and go in and out and find pasture. John 10:9. 4. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for the sheep. John 10:11. 5. I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. John 11:25. 6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. John 14:6. 7. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. John 15:1. There is an 8th statement, and I did try to find out more about that. I know that it talks about Jesus speaking about Abraham, and that before Abraham was born, that he was. And I basically just selected a few different statements. I wrote for number 8, I am who I am, and I am me. And those are the 3 that I came up with that I liked for myself. So, another thing that I drew this actually today. I'm new at all this camera stuff, so hopefully you don't murder me in the comments. And people are kind with what they have to say. So this is basically just a drawing. It's a drawing of a crystal ball. Yeah. I think it turned out really well. I actually really like it. Okay, and so what it says on the top of it is, Jesus is my crystal ball. I am Jesus's wrecking ball. That's a little hint on how I see things, how I see the world, how I see myself, how I see life, and that kind of thing. What we are to each other, as far as, the relationship and how that goes too between yourself and God. So Some other positive affirmations I did today were, I allow joy and love into my life always. I never forget who or what I am. I know my presence is divine and holy. I will not lose sight of why I am here. I will keep trying. I will not give up. I am 100% whole. I am 100% worthy. I am 100% divine. I fear nothing and no one. God is with me always. God never leaves me. And there's a cross on that one also. And I'll show. This is my handwriting. Hopefully, at some point I'll be able to get a different setup for recording. I'm using my phone right now and a ring light that I got from Amazon. And I'm not going to be doing very much editing or anything like that. I'm pretty much just going to be sharing very amateur type videos. Keeping it real. So, okay, so another one I did, affirmations, I guess you could say, is I allow all darkness and all pain to be purged, to fall away. I allow myself to heal from all my past hurts and all my past pain and regrets, to fall away. I am forgiven. My family is forgiven. My friends are forgiven. My soul family is forgiven. My soul group is forgiven. I forgive all other souls who have caused me pain or suffering. I forgive myself for any pain I've caused any other souls. I let go of all anger, sadness, madness, jealousy, envy, anything of low vibration, anything unhealthy or toxic. I let go of all that is not meant for me. And that's this one right here. 12/22, that's actually my time of birth also. Numbers are very meaningful to me as well. That's just another little bit of information about myself. Okay, so moving on to the next one. I am not worthy of any suffering. I am not worthy of any pain or sadness or misery. I have not ever earned or deserved any purgatory or condemnation. My soul has never been burdened with sin. I have never held any heaviness within my heart. Some are begging and pleading for God to condemn the world. I will not allow it. My light is as high as the light of angels. That is this one. So, some other drawings that I had, I actually have been trying to get some tattoo stuff done. I have a tattoo that says Goddess, but it's really faded, and I'm trying to get that redone. But yeah, these are some that I just was kind of doodling and drawing on the paper. There's the sun, North Star basically, and the sun mixed with North Star. Anyway, this number 143, the symbolism to me of the 143 is I love you. So the 1 stands for I, the 4 stands for love, the 3 stands for you. Pager speak basically. The other one, legend, love, obviously. Christ, sacrifice, and this is a symbol that I drew. It's actually a sigil that I drew. Euphoria, that's another word that I just want to get tattooed on me. But this symbol right here is actually a sigil, and it's meant for protection of divine love and light. It's a combination of the 2 symbols. One of them is my astrological symbol, which is for Pisces, And then another one is for Libra. It's basically I used my own astrology symbol, and then I ended up just kind of merging it with the Libra symbol and put them together, and then just kind of added onto it some other symbolism of balance, harmony, peace, love, happiness, luck, all those good things. So yeah, so that's basically like the two drawings of those together. I combined them. So another one that I drew, I had a dream. It was basically like a vision that I had, and it was of Moses and his staff. And I had a few different walking sticks that I used that it definitely did make me feel like people were talking about the staff and talking about Moses and all that kind of stuff too. That they definitely saw some similarities between me and Moses. And I'm very, I'm honored for that. So anyway, I ended up drawing, and I was going to try to draw the picture of like what I saw in the vision. The staff was to the left side. Like if I was looking at it, it'd be to the left side, and then Moses right here. And then it was further on, and the rod was on the other end of this, whatever it was standing. It was like a specific thing apart. And there was the staff, Moses, and then more, but it wasn't like I could draw the rest of the picture. So anyway, I drew that. This was my drawing of that staff. And so I ended up just stopping at that, but I drew a bit of a statement. I said, before you became my walking stick, it was clear you came from a tree. An honor to meet you, an honor to know me. I love you. Truly, I do. I always did, and I always will. And then there's a couple of different hearts with the eternal symbol on them. And I wrote to the left-hand side of the staff, Dear Moses, Dear Carrie, which I am Carrie. So, and the other one says, My presence, my peace. So that's basically what I titled this. This one was My Presence, My Peace. And then, as you can see on the left-hand side, Dear Moses, Dear Carrie. I'll turn it too, but that is that one. Hopefully you are able to see and get an idea on what it is I'm showing you. Okay, so this one is hearts, but it's also a 4-leaf clover. That's a drawing that I typically liked to do while I was homeless in Ann Arbor. I would draw these for people. The first one who I drew one for was for Ella, a little girl that was one of the daughters of a couple people in the homeless community of Ann Arbor. This one is specifically, I drew this for Blair. Just a special person in my life. So the KQ stands for King and Queen. These, to me, represent North Star, and also Twin Flames. And then, obviously, the luck symbol, and the petals, too, is kind of like lotus flower. I love the lotus. So, that is that one. This one I did a few days ago, and I really, really loved it. It was like a recreation of another drawing that I drew for my friend's daughter. That was of the sun, which I planned on just redrawing it, but I didn't want to do exactly the same. I kind of tried to do like one of a kind type of things when I'm giving them out to people. But yeah, that's this one right here. And yeah, I love this one. It's like just really, really cool. You can typically, when I do my artwork, it's stuff that you can actually place it different ways. Like you can leave it like this. You could have it like this. You could have it displayed. You could have it displayed like this. You could have it can go any which way you want, really. Like you can put it however you like. How I drew this one was like this. So it was basically like this was facing upwards, and this is like a dark horizon, but the light is coming out of it. So you are getting the light regardless. No matter what you do, you're gonna get the light. So you cannot avoid it. Okay, so this is another one I really like a lot. I did this the other day. It's just like I was feeling very nostalgic, loving. The key, you know, obviously, like the key to me, it does represent something that, you know, is very special. It's like a exceptional gift. Um, the hearts linked together. This was basically like, okay, so this is looking like a tunnel, like your heart is a tunnel to something else or somewhere else. And that they're linked together. The purple and the blue, the mixture of the two, you know, all of that is very symbolic also. This one is a symbol for love everlasting. So that's what that is to me, love everlasting, and it has the halo over the heart. It has the eternal love symbol. It has the arrow, which is like, okay, you got shot through the heart by Cupid, and it doesn't matter what you do, you're not getting away from that. So, 143 again, the I love you, the twin flames, and the North Stars, the guidance, divine guidance, you know, divine love and light. This one, the yin and yang symbol, to me that is just really like super synonymous with harmony and balance, like working together, like team oriented. Anyway, so here's the peace symbol. Peace symbol is very important to me. I've cared a lot about peace for my whole life. Peace has always been very special to me. And something that I've tried to give to others as well, as much as I possibly could. So here is the dream catcher. I love dream catchers. Dream catchers are something that my father always collected, and I have always really loved the dream catchers and the story behind the dream catchers and the legends and the Indian heritage and all of that. I just love it. So dream catchers are very meaningful to me. I actually have a tattoo of a dream catcher that I got after my father passed away. It was like a memorial tattoo that I had got for my dad. Then the 8, of course, is like the eternal symbol. So eternity, infinite. So this one, I'll just kind of, yeah. Sorry about being such an amateur on the video, but hopefully I'll get better at that. This is only my first time doing it, and yeah, so hopefully I'll get better at it and also get better equipment eventually if people have an interest in what it is I'm showing and talking about. So this one is another one that I drew. It is basically like a portal. I had this image in my mind that I wanted to draw, and what it was like just water droplets, like as if okay, like picture you're holding light in your hands. Well, I looked at it like I'm holding power, but it's unseen. You can't see the power that I have right here in my hands, but I have it. It's right here. But if I were to take my hands and place them over top of water, a body of water, and I put them over top of it, and I concentrated, and I was like drawing the water to my hands. I'm drawing that water up to my hands, and it's coming up from where the body of water is, that my hands are just pulling droplets out of the sea of this water, and that it's gathering them and it's pulling them upwards. And so it's raising, the water is raising up, and it's well, rising up. The water is rising up, but it's just droplets, and so it's something, this force is pulling it up, and it's just setting in air. And so that's what I picture, but this is what I ended up with, that I drew. And then it turned into kind of like this is like a God's eye project, I feel like, is what it kind of turned into. Because this was supposed to be like a portal. I drew the portal, and then after I drew the portal, was like, oh, I'm gonna draw the droplets of water coming out, and it's gonna be above the portal. And so that's what this one is a drawing of that. So this, and then outside of it, it's still just kind of like, okay, well, I wanted to do it something contained. But yeah, that's what I came up with for that. I guess you could turn it upside down too. But yeah, this is what I came up with for the portal and the water droplets. The idea of what I saw, it doesn't look the same, but it's what I got. So I'll try again. I probably will do another one to try to see if I can come closer to drawing what it was that I actually saw, the vision actually was. Okay, so this one is just a really cool little one that I like a lot. I drew the little tie with the ribbon. I did it in both silver and gold, and it says, I will, I promise. And there were quite a few like actual affirmations that went with this. But I don't know what I did with them, to be honest with you. They're around here somewhere. Let me see if I can actually find them. I don't quite know what I did with them. I had a few, but I'll have to look and see if I can find them because they're not here. Yeah. I'll come back to that one once I find the actual affirmations that go with it, but okay. So, this is the last one that I have to show. And I started this one out, I drew the mountains. So I drew this one first, and this one, then this one. Those are mountains. And then I wanted to draw a big, huge, like, basically like an Aztec or a Mayan sun. So that's what this is. This is an Aztec, Mayan, or Aztec sun. And then these are rays coming out from the sun. And I didn't want it to be plain. I wanted it to be much more colorful. So that's what I did with that one. I put different kind of flecks of color throughout it. So yeah, I hope that you love my art. I hope you enjoy being able to see it because I feel like it's something very special. It's definitely very special to me. My artwork is huge. A big, huge, huge deal for me. So, a couple other things that I will share about myself before I close out this very first video, are that I will mention that I've been married and divorced 3 times. So I have a lot of experience with relationship stuff. I actually am 38 years old, and I'm a mother of 3. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. I am a survivor of long-term covert narcissistic abuse, very severe. I have experience with being on Suboxone. I was on Suboxone for 8 years. I came off of that after my father passed away. I feel like I can help people also with certain things like going through grief and stuff like that is something I have experience with also. I have PTSD and ADHD. Both of them are not diagnosed. And I am a twin flame. I'm a monad. And I'm a hardcore snowflake, like absolutely through and through. Peace, love, and happiness are like some of the very most important things to me in life. And I'm non-judgmental. I'm an artist. I'm a writer, a bit of a philanthropist, a bit of a philosopher. I like to think deep. I like to come up with solutions for things. I'm a go-getter. I'm a leader, but I don't tend to need a lot of attention or a lot of focus to be on me. I don't need all the credit that most people need for what they do. I happen to be a very angelic divine presence, but I am a human being, alive, and yeah, so I'm a clairvoyant, psychic. I have very, very high intuition, and I can communicate with spirits. I do communicate with spirits, and I interact with spirits. Just because you can't see it does not mean it's not there. Um, and I'm an intuitive empath. I can feel and sense other people's emotions so strongly, that a lot of times I get them confused with my own, like my own feelings. Sometimes it's hard because as an intuitive empath, you feel things so strongly that you literally feel the emotion of the other person, and you start to get kind of confused by that. Especially people that have been through a lot of trauma, but that's usually the people who have the highest senses, are those people. So anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed my first video. I hope that somebody gained something from it. And if you have any questions or want me to answer anything specific, feel free to reach out to me, or to comment or email me. My email is goddessofthedivine101@gmail.com. I'm currently blocked from accessing both Facebook and Twitter because they banned me from there for I think a month. People typically report my posts, report my comments, and take offense to a lot of the things that I say, or they just don't understand what it is that I'm actually trying to communicate with them. So, um, anyway, I'm glad to be on YouTube. I'm glad to be actually posting and uploading my very first video, and I hope everyone likes it. And God bless everybody. Much love, peace, and happiness to everybody.